Perfect, guys. You finally made it to the channel. You've been wondering what all the hype is about. Ryan and Joe, we heard they're freaking comedians and funny and good looking.
All those things, right?
You're here.
But now maybe you're thinking about moving to Reno and you want to know, like, what can and can't you do? What's illegal in Reno? Are you allowed to lay on a sidewalk, Joe?
Yes, exactly. We're going to get into that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Famous people who have been here and then shortly died after.
Elvis.
Yeah. Some wild stuff. We're getting into just some quirky fun facts about Reno, Nevada.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm Joe Hanich.
I'm Ryan Chicvara.
We're doing all things living in Reno.
What it's like to eat, sleep, play.
Live, golf, drink, hike, you name it.
Visit Elvis's stuff?
Elvis? Elvis who?
Elvis Presley.
You ain't nothing but
Elvis Presley. Today's a fun one. But, we'll get into that in a second. If this is your first time to the channel, like and subscribe.
Got a comment. Leave us a message.
Exactly. Yes. The reason we put out this content is because we love doing it.
Yeah, but we are licensed real estate agents, so if this is your first time, obviously you got to text us, call us, email us.
Yeah. Get a hold of us if you're moving here. But let's jump into this one. This one's a fun one, lighthearted.
We're changing it up a little bit.
It's going to be a blast. You guys are going to laugh, not just at our faces, but because of the information that we're putting out.
Yeah, we've been doing a bunch of neighborhood stuff. If you haven't seen our other videos before, make sure to check out the page. We got tons of information out there. But every now and again, we like to mix it up, right?
This one's just a good one. So we're going over, what are we going
our
over?
top 7 interesting facts about Reno.
Just fun facts.
Good stuff.
Some funny stuff, some weird stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's Joe's parts of the weird stuff. But.
Yeah, it's a little odd. But the very first thing, we're talking about Lake Tahoe.
And we know so many people that subscribe, we get the comments all the time that Tahoe is not Reno, right?
Yeah.
But it is so close. It is a gem. We love it. So let's go right into it.
How deep is it?
Tahoe is deep enough to fit the entire Empire State Building within it, and you will not see even the spire.
You wouldn't even see the tip.
Nothing.
If you took off just 1 inch of the top water of Lake Tahoe, there are 3.33 billion gallons of water in the lake.
Which is enough to fill 5,000 Olympic swimming pools, right? So this is how big this lake is.
It's freaking wild.
It's the second largest alpine lake in the entire world. According to some sources, it is the largest in North America, though.
I'm going with the largest. The largest alpine lake in North America.
It is.
Even the world.
Yeah, sure.
Even
Lake
the world.
Titicaca, we won't talk about that, but that's
Exactly.
that is number 1.
Yeah.
It's Lake Titicaca.
Yeah.
I've done my research.
And we're jumping on to number 2.
Yeah, you want to show them, Joe?
I got a pair of little Levi's here, little stretchy Levi's.
That's blue jeans. And if you didn't know, now you know that blue jeans were actually invented in Reno, Nevada. So this gentleman, Jacob Davis, he was doing all sorts of building tents for people, all that sort of stuff. Had a shop on Virginia Street, which is actually the Virginia Street Brew House now. It was a knitting factory for a while. It's changed over different places. But that was his main shop, and he basically had someone come in. They said that they needed some pants that were more sturdy.
Durable for freaking work.
Yeah, I'm working hard.
Yeah.
These ain't cutting it no more. And so this gentleman, he was already getting Levi Strauss's denim, and basically he was the one who came up with the idea to put copper rivets in. So then reached out to Levi Strauss, said, hey, this shit's working pretty good. Excuse my language. But so after that, they formed the patent together, and the rest is history. So they are Levi Strauss jeans. That's the first jean ever. They could have been Jacob Davis's, straight out of Reno.
There we go.
So,
that's a fun one. I had no idea about that one, but your boy loves his jeans.
Yeah. On to number 3, Joe.
Number 3, this one's a fun one for some of you. Reno is the divorce capital of the world.
Or used to be, right?
Or used to be.
So we don't see it as much as we used to, but between
we do.
19, I mean, we still have our fair share, right? You know, people still go to the Reno Arch and they get married, and then they realize a couple of days later that
once they sober up, that was a bad
that
idea.
was not a great idea.
You think we made a mistake?
Damn it, Tiffany. Just joking.
Still married.
Yeah.
1 year anniversary just
love
happened.
you.
Shout out Tiff. Love you, Tiff. Divorce capital, though, from like 1929 to 1939, which obviously the population out here was not as large at that time. But over 30,000 people got divorced here, right? So
We're all divorced? Everybody's divorced.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people. And so 1961, I believe it was Marilyn Monroe was in her last film, actually, that she completed, The Misfits. There's a scene, we'll probably have some B-roll for that, of her contemplating throwing her ring into the Truckee River.
If you throw in your ring, you'll never get another divorce. Go ahead, honey. Everybody does it. More gold in that river than there is in the Klondike.
They shot that movie here, and that was kind of the old adage was that when you went to that courthouse so close to the river, chuck it.
Just launch it. Just get rid of this freaking
I mean,
thing.
what would you do, Joe, if you had to get rid of a ring?
Honestly, if it was up to me, I'd probably shoot it with a shotgun.
Okay.
I would throw it, and somebody would throw it in the air and freaking...
Hypothetically.
12
somebody,
gauge.
yeah.
You know, if it were to happen. Sometimes kids make mistakes. Yeah.
Silly kids.
Throw the ring in the river, kids.
Better idea. Don't play with guns. Number 4.
This one's all you. This one's kind of
number
cool
4 is just kind of Elvis ties.
Good segue from Marilyn.
From Marilyn Monroe, right? Some celebrities in the area. Joe and I were just talking. It's kind of crazy. Reno used to be so much more booming entertainment-wise in a sense.
Yeah.
Now things have shifted to Vegas. But Elvis ties, one of his last concerts was performed here at what is the Reno Reno Sparks Convention Center. Down in sort of South Reno. It was called the Reno Coliseum at the time, something like that. But one of his last concerts, so 10 months before he passed away. But now at the National Automobile Museum, his caddy is there. He's got a couple cars that are actually there. And then Sierra Sid's, which is just a local casino, they do some collecting as well. And his guns and jewelry are on
the whole collection ended up
there. And so it's funny. A lot of people at first were like, is that really his stuff though? But they've got it basically pictures of him holding these guns, and that's the gun that's on display right there. So
that's why, Ryan and I were just talking. We have to make a trip over there to see it.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So on to number 5.
Number 5, the old University of Nevada. A couple alumni.
I mean, we've got a lot of great alumni. These ones are just kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I think,
stands
right?
out a little bit. William Zamboni.
Yeah, and so he studied at the university. And before his passing away, unfortunately, but he was basically the top limb reattachment specialist in all of the United States.
Yeah, pretty wild.
Yeah.
How did he pass away? He was just joking. I was gonna make a bad.
He was gonna make a bad limb reattachment.
Okay,
joke
moving
there.
on
to the next one, and that was Ron Toomer.
Ron Toomer. Yeah. A little more.
Is this a little more fun? Is this something you love to do, Joe? Do you ride roller coasters?
I'm a big roller coaster guy. I just hate lines. So Ron Toomer invented the upside down. He invented the roller coaster actually doing a full 360.
Yeah, so previously, obviously, you're just on the old wooden, cyclone that's up and down.
Which
and
is
then,
sweet.
Ron and our Nevada thinking, we're forward-thinking people.
Let's go up.
What if we could go upside down? And that's
inverted.
what Ron figured out. So
thanks, Ron. Appreciate that.
Shout out. So, yeah, we do have more alumni than that, but those were the two that were like, those are pretty cool, right?
That one is pretty sweet.
So,
cool. Moving on to number 6.
Yep. You want me to go on that one?
Go ahead.
I'm not a bowler. When I was a kid growing up, I hate to admit, if I was bowling with my family, I was often a crier. My fingers would start hurting. My sister would start beating me. You're throwing a 76 at 8 years old. Not good stuff.
God, sounds pathetic.
I'm throwing a 76 at 35 years old.
It's been a while, but there's a reason it's been a while. So, anyways, we've got the National Bowling Stadium here, which is 363,000 square feet. It's absolutely massive.
Just huge.
Yeah. Featured in the movie Kingpin. There's a scene from the movie Greedy as well, where they go out there. But I think a lot of people know Kingpin first and foremost. It was supposed to be 80 lanes. They realized that because it's the National Bowling Stadium and you're doing some fanfare and stuff, they took out the 2 middle lanes to make it 78 lanes so that people could march through and teams and all that sort of stuff. But the pro shop or the gift shop is still called the 81st lane.
81st lane.
So nickname wise as well, I think it's hilarious. They call it the Taj Mahal of 10 pins.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, no, I'm not a big bowler. I don't think I've ever even been there. But it does have the world's largest display.
Yes. Yeah, obviously a bowling
display,
center
right?
that big. Yeah, I mean the scoreboard there for bowling.
I don't know if I would like that, right? It would show my 96 or whatever.
Yeah, no, and you probably, I don't think they'd let
be cool, dude.
Joe in at all to get on the lanes. I think they take a little pride in that. So
Definitely.
cool spot. I have been there before for the tournament that comes through every year.
Huge event. Huge.
It's super sweet. You get all the bowlers that come through and everything. It's a fun time. So
yep. Moving on to number 7.
Number 7, the final one. This
Just
one's funny.
Some funny laws in Reno that still exist.
And
that,
everybody's got quirky laws, right, that are no longer enforced. But at some point in time in 1905, everyone thought that there was a reason that maybe this should be. So why don't you hit us with number?
You know what? I'm gonna start it off with a funny one. That in Reno, Nevada, sex toys are illegal.
Put away your sex toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ryan told me this one actually. So by the way.
So yeah, imagine that. In the state of Nevada where anything sort of seems to go sometimes.
We have brothels.
Yeah, we not within the city though.
No,
not within the
that's
city.
very true, very true. So there'd be a lot of people going to jail. I would assume.
But you have to wonder how the Adam and Eves of the world are open within the city somehow if sex toys are outlawed. Another funny one that I'm going to go to is no curse words. You cannot say bad words around dead people.
Right in front of dead people.
Yeah, and so, personally, I've never had to deal with this of
Thankfully.
being, in a situation in which I wasn't allowed to say, oh shit, this person has passed away.
You can't do that.
But
Right
that is
to jail.
something. Yeah,
Right to jail.
Yeah. So
Here is another one that's pretty funny. You're not allowed to sleep on a sidewalk.
just lay.
Oh, lay, not sleep. You can't even
Just
lay on
on
the sidewalk.
right? So
And we were talking, we used to he used to work wine walks downtown all the
Yep.
time.
Yep.
These poor people would get so day faded, mostly women, and then they would lay down on the sidewalk. So
yeah,
right
that
to
was-
jail.
When I worked downtown, the nachos that was the pick me up with the nachos at the restaurant.
awake.
Yep, but and homeless, all that different stuff. Who knows? Like, I will just say that is not enforced. So none of these things are enforced, but these are illegal in Reno. And the last one, which I'm like, this is out of a sci-fi film or something, is that you are not allowed to change the weather in Reno without a state-approved permit.
You have to have a permit if you want to bring snow in the middle of July.
Yeah, and so it makes me think of, I don't know, if Gotham came to Reno and Dr. Freeze decided he wanted to freeze the city. Not allowed.
Yeah. Unless he had a permit.
Yes, unless he had told the city of Reno
So
ahead of time.
rain dancing?
No.
If it works and it rains, not right to jail.
So those are some of the few illegal things in Reno that we deal with. It's tough out here.
It is tough. I'm going to go lay down on my sidewalk.
You could.
Miles does
But,
often.
Yeah. Well, I'm calling on Miles later. But so those
there
are
you have it.
our top 7 sort of interesting facts, and like we said, want to give you guys something kind of
fun.
funny. So
Yeah, hopefully you're giggling.
yeah. And just
Until next time,
stay tuned.
stay tuned.